Hey guys, we are back. We're trying to get things back together again though. Which isn't as easy as you would think. Just give me a second here. Right, I'm going to fill in the details for that later. Don't know what's going on with that. Fix that up. At least we're up and running again though. Now, I did learn something while we were basically done, and that is, number one, I can reach the reset button and the on off button of my computer with my big toe, which is kinda handy. And once there's a few guys in here, I'm going to have a moan about something, right, that really annoys me now. It's something completely weird, but hopefully you will have seen it as well. We're also going to probably be annoyed by the fact that we've lost some work, but at least we know how to fix it. So that's a good thing. We'll see what we've lost. And actually, in the meantime, I can update some certain things while that's loading up, as everybody comes back in, hopefully. I actually had to start the computer twice. The first time I restarted it, it kind of froze up on me. But anyway, we are reloading. So let me know when you guys are back in and who's back in. And we shall basically carry on. I've got one more thing to load, which is our background music. And we shall just basically get that out of the way for now and switch that back on. Okay. Right, so let me know guys who's back in the chat. Don't like the look of this. What have we lost? Come on, open up. Come on, let's be having you. Let's see what you've got. We'll just have to wait on this. Okay. I don't like the look of that. Right, because that would insinuate I've lost everything. Yeah, my power strip conked out. Bit of a bummer. There you go. Oh, cleaning fish tanks. Oh. it's a bit of a pain as that. Takes hours. Don't know why it opened that. Right, we know that that one was okay. It's this one that's the problem. Yep, that is screwed. Hi Sunbuster, welcome back, mate. Right, I've got a question for you guys. Okay? In fact, you know what? I'm going to type it in so that if anybody comes in, back in, they won't miss it. Here we go. What is the most annoying advert on YouTube? Right? So let me know, guys, in the chat, what is the most annoying advert? And I've got the definitive answer for this, right? Right, you'll notice this is all fucked. Right? This whole thing is all fucked. Hi, Cat Eats Chips. Right, there was somewhere. Yeah, it was down here. Right, it was in this bit here. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to say get actor of class BP day night cycle. Now, I've got a definitive answer for this, right? There is a definitive answer. What is the most... See, once I tell you this will annoy the fuck out of you, right? Pardon the French. Right? But this is going to just... You're just going to hate it for the end of... Till the end of time, actually. Right? Now, what I'm guessing here is the light-hearted nature of basically just losing all of my work, right? But to be quite truthful about it, this happens so many times, or this has happened so many times to me, that it's just water off a duck's back now, to be honest. It's just like, oh yeah, that happens all the time. And it usually, because, I don't know if you guys are the same, but I can usually put this back together in a very short period of time. Right? So, are you ready for my most annoying video? Now, I'm going to have to describe it for you, and then I'm going to have to tell you why it annoys the crap out of me. Right. Which of you guys can tell me about, like, Nissan adverts on YouTube? Which Nissan ones can you describe to me? And it's one of them, and it's the most annoying thing in the universe. right? That's the wrong one. Right, so I want your descriptions of a Nissan advert. Okay, maybe yous don't get this advert, right? I'm suppose. Right, here's the advert though, right? It's a Nissan advert, okay, and it starts with a Nissan logo, which is fine. We're not annoyed with it yet. And it's a guy driving down like an empty street. Don't know what kind of car it is. Nissan obviously, but whatever model it is, I don't know. Right? And there's this jogger out running who runs in front of the car. From absolutely nowhere. Right? Now, the jogger happens to be female. And she looks at him as if he's done, it's like, what are you doing? Can't you see I'm running on the road here? Right? And he gives a goofy look as if to say, oh, my car just stopped on its own. Now, if you imagine that actually happening, he would have been out there giving her what for, what the hell is she doing, not looking, etc. Right? See, the next time you see that, it's going to start annoying you. Right? And you're going to be like, what are you doing, mate? You shouldn't be having a goofy look on your face with a smile and everything. She's just run in front of the bloody car. And then she's got headphones on, right? Which makes it even worse. She's just ran in front of the car and she looked at him as if to say, what are you doing? Anyway, that absolutely annoys the absolute crap out of me. Call me old-fashioned, you know. Just wait, Mr. Spock, until you see that advert next time. Right, just wait. Just you wait. And it will annoy the absolute crap out of you as well. Right guys, I'm going to put this whole thing together again, right? And in actual fact, I don't know how I can do this, right? Maybe usually the same, but I can just remember everything that I've done and I just basically put it back together again. And then it obviously doesn't take me anywhere near as long. Right? And then, well, that's a load of crap. Right, Right, so that should be divided by 60. Then we add that to that, and then that goes in there, and that should be us up running again, just about. Right. Right, so we're straight into reroute. That's looking good. That's all set. We took out the hunger. We can pilot that. Right. So, yep. I'm going to say save all. Right. Then we're going to press play. We're on the wrong map. Helps if you actually load up the right map. I hope you all get an advert now that shows you that advert. Oh, we're going to do some. Oh, let's do some shaders, shall we? Just to add to the fun. Got to say, our map's looking good. Yeah, this doesn't take as long. This isn't actually doing a... You'll notice it's counting really quick. This won't be long at all. Not a bad idea in the coffee though, I'm going to get one once I've finished. I think it's about a fourth so far today. Yeah, we're just doing this building navigation texture, so in the meantime, so Sunbuster, what sort of game are you going to work on? Have you got any particular ideas, or are you, I don't know yet? Let me know. And yeah, I think we got a new subscriber there as well, Rodrigo Conrath. So if you're back, then thank you very much for the sub. Click on that again. What type of game are you thinking of making, Sunbuster? Right, shouldn't be too much longer. We could actually just press play and let it do the shaders. I mean, it isn't really doing shaders, it's just doing textures and navigation. There we go, we're suddenly into Moon Patrol. Got you. Awful lot of grass. I guess it's because the snow's not really done and the ground's not done, so the grass looks really thick. It doesn't look like that in the final render, if you know what I mean. There we go. That's a bit better. Right, we're back to reasonableness. Right, we'll just let this. That sounds a lot like a lot of work, Mr. Spock. I don't fancy that much. Right, we're going to do a save all again. Right, and we're going to do a press play. Right, so it's working again, you can see it working. Right, if you look closely guys, you can see that the pivot point isn't quite right. Right? And it's because this circle isn't really a circle. And this arrow, the pivot point isn't in the center. It's like way off. So trying to find out what the actual pivot point is actually quite difficult. Right, which means that the logic works, the code works, right? But, as I said, because this pivot point is not quite right, and this bit isn't quite right, it's basically a bit, it looks a bit odd, shall we say. Right? Looks odd. That's probably the way I would put it. But as you can see, it is working. I didn't replace the time thing here because we don't really need to, because we know that this is actually working for what we're doing. Right? So the question now is there anything you guys in particular want to see? Now there was, right, yeah, I'll show you the bits that I did yesterday, right? Now you'll notice that these are disabled, and that's because I don't have the recipe. I don't have the ingredients to do the recipe, right? Now, if I shoot, what's Mr. Piggy doing over there? Yep, I can't shoot. A bloody good shot, me. Right. All this to show you that a button works. Right. So we get our piggy meat. Right. And if we go back to our fire, right, we can cook, and you'll notice that this is now da-da, da-da, and we can now cook this. Need to do a bit of adjusting to that, but otherwise, now I think this is a crafting table, but I don't have anything to craft. Like, there's no recipes, so yeah, there's that, but it does give us our inventory. Okay. Oh yeah, that's one thing I did do. Right, last night, I did a bit of looking at this, and you can now zoom in and spin these around and do what you want, basically, and basically zoom in and out, so you can zoom out, right? That's not the best one to do it with, actually, right? If we do that, don't know why she's walking about with an arrow in her hand, but we'll not worry about too much. Right, so you can basically do that, then zoom in. Pretty cool, huh? Then we should be able to use that. We've got a breakpoint here. Zoom that, and you can see your hunger going up. Right, cool. So we've got our timer working, we've got our day-night cycle back operational. That was basically we've done it twice, so yeah, there's that. We had a power cut, exciting stream, everything happening, lots of people speaking, it's great, it's Friday. We've got fish tanks getting cleaned and all sorts. So, I shall see you guys in 4 hours time. Okay, so if you've enjoyed the stream, hit like and subscribe. Thanks Sunbuster, Mr. Spock, whoever else was in the chat, for talking, because it makes the streams a bit more interesting for me. Check out the description for links to the game's Discord. Yes, there's going to be a storyline. Yes, right. Let me show you something. Right. During a couple of, I think it was, I wasn't on stream at the time, right? Let me show you something before we finish up. Right. What I was doing was, I moved, you'll notice, these new items are back, right? So you will have a story Like, these must be what the town has been worried about this morning, blah blah blah. We'll read that again, right? They were saying these are the teeth of a sea monster. So the point is not to get you to go through a story per se, not like a linear. The point is going to be to like select these things and find out from items that you check info about what has been going on, right? So basically for that game structure, what we're saying is you can find out about the story or not. If you don't want to look at items and get more information on them, then it's going to be more of just like a survival game with no story and you're just trying to survive. Whereas if you pick up all the items and stuff like that, or check them out, you'll get you'll get the story from looking at things in the world. You know, imagine it like a detective story, right? Like Sherlock Holmes. But Sherlock Holmes is sitting there on his own. Let's say you are Sherlock Holmes. So you're trying to find out clues from items and people around you. So what I also done was I have been bringing in items like these two houses are back. I've been gradually bringing items back into the world, right, from 4.27. So we're gradually building it out. Now, if you know anything about watching it in 4.27, you'll realise, right, you'll realise that when you ran up here, it basically froze while it was loading in the next map, right? And all the parts. Whereas this, because of the new streaming system, there's none of that, right? It all just works. And you can run around, do your thing, blah de blah, right? And all that good stuff. So a lot of this stuff I was doing importers for like the cave system, whereas we know that the caves, that there was something not quite right about the emissives on this, right? Because the initial plan was when we moved to when we moved to UE5, the emissives give out light better, but when I actually checked it, there was no lights. So what I had to do was write an importer and exporter for the point lights. So you'll notice that all of the point lights are now done. And these were all brought in automatically with an importer. With an export, then import, okay? Similar to all the static meshes, but not quite. Now that one, all the point lights should be static. I think somebody has been mucking around with this. Right, anyway, I'm going to head for this afternoon. As I said, I shall be back at 8 PM in 4 hours time, so check out the description for links to Discord, personal Discord, Patreon, previous game on Steam, Kickstarter preview and website. Okay, and if any of you guys have got I wonder, right, we're going to do something here, right? We're going to say point light, and we're going to select all the point lights, and 319 of them sounds right. We're going to say static, and then we're going to do a save all. Right, so anyway, I'll be back in 4 hours, guys. Thank you for joining, thanks for watching, catch you later, bye bye for now.